All right, everyone, welcome in. Today we're switching gears a bit, diving into a career path that you might not think about every day.
Yeah, definitely not the most glamorous one out there.
But when you think about it, it's actually pretty crucial, right? We're
Yeah,
talking about railway station managers.
that's right. And it's a lot more than just, making sure the trains run on time.
Yeah, I bet there's way more to it than meets the eye.
Oh, absolutely.
So to guide us through this deep dive, we're turning to RoleCatcher. And I gotta say, their stuff's pretty impressive. It's not like your average job website.
No, not at all.
They've got career guides, interview tips, even insights into how this whole AI thing is changing the job hunt. It's like they've got a roadmap for this entire career path.
They really do. It's great for anyone, honestly, whether you're just starting out or you're aiming for that station manager title.
Okay, so let's get this train moving. First things first, what does a railway station manager actually do all day? I mean, it's got to be more than just announcing delays and refilling the vending machines, right?
Oh, absolutely. Think of them as the conductor of a whole orchestra, except instead of music, they're coordinating this whole intricate dance of logistics, safety, and making sure the passengers have a good experience. They're like the heartbeat of the station.
So it's like the whole building's on their shoulders, not just the trains themselves.
Yeah.
Staff, businesses, everything.
Exactly. They're responsible for maintenance, keeping everything running smoothly, from the ticket booths to those let's call them essential restrooms. And of course, safety and security are paramount. Always have to keep that top of mind.
Wow, okay. That's a lot more than I imagined. Sounds like you'd need some serious organizational skills to handle all that.
You definitely need to be on top of your game. It's a fast-paced environment, that's for sure, but for the right person, it can be incredibly rewarding. Rollcatcher actually does a great job of laying out the pros and cons in their guide.
Let's dive into those a bit. What are some of the biggest perks of this career path? Why would someone want to be a railway station manager?
Well, first off, you've got a ton of responsibility. You're making decisions that have a real impact, and that can be really fulfilling. Plus, that level of responsibility often comes with a good salary and job security.
Yeah, makes sense. It's not like trains are going out of style anytime soon, right?
Exactly. It's a stable industry, always going to be a need for transportation, so your skills are always in demand. Plus, like I said, it's fast-paced, so you're definitely not going to be bored.
Definitely sounds like a career where no 2 days are the same. You'd be problem solving constantly.
Yeah, absolutely. You're always adapting to new challenges, meeting new people. It's a very dynamic environment.
Okay, so we've talked about the good stuff, but let's be real. Every job has its downsides. What are some of the challenges our listeners should be prepared for if they're thinking about this path?
Hmm. Well, the biggest one is probably the hours. It's not your typical 9 to 5, that's for sure.
So we're
Yeah.
talking early mornings, late nights, maybe even weekends and holidays.
It can definitely involve all of that. You need to be flexible, ready to roll with the punches, because something unexpected could always pop up,
So a good internal clock is non-negotiable.
pretty much. And then, of course, there's the stress factor. With all that responsibility comes a certain level of pressure. You're dealing with constant movement, potential delays, and let's not forget about those, shall we say, colorful passengers you might encounter.
Oh yeah, you definitely need some serious people skills for that, especially when those delays hit and everyone's on edge.
Exactly. You've got to be able to stay calm, make quick decisions, and handle those curveballs with grace.
So resilience is key. It's not just about knowing the timetable. It's about handling the unexpected.
You've got it.
Okay, so it takes a certain kind of person to thrive in that environment, but for those who are up for the challenge, it sounds like it could be incredibly rewarding. So let's say our listener is hooked. They're thinking, this is it. This is the career for me. Sign me up. What does that journey actually look like? How do you even become a railway station manager?
Well, the great thing is, Rollcatcher provides a very clear roadmap, outlining each step of the way.
Perfect. So picture this. You're hopping onto the Railway Career Express. Where does this journey start?
It all begins with that entry-level position. The railway station assistant, that's where you get your hands dirty, learning the ropes, the everyday ins and outs of how a station operates.
So you're talking ticket sales, assisting passengers, that kind of thing.
Exactly. You're the face of the station, the first person travelers interact with, so you're really making that first impression.
And what I love about RoleCatcher's approach is that they don't just give you a boring list of duties. They weave in these real-life stories from people at each level, so you get a feel for what it's actually like.
Right. It makes it so much more relatable and engaging.
Okay, so you've mastered the basics as a railway station assistant. You've learned the ropes. What's the next stop on this career train?
Once you've proven yourself, you might move up to railway station supervisor.
Mm.
This is where you really start to flex those leadership muscles.
Oh, so you're still hands-on, but now you're managing people too.
Exactly. You're overseeing staff, making sure everyone's working together, and you're handling more of those logistical puzzles that pop up throughout the day. It's a crucial step in developing that critical thinking and decision-making you'll need later on.
It's like you're leveling up. Still connected to the heart of the operation, but with more responsibility.
Precisely. And you're also taking charge of things like safety procedures, maintenance schedules, all those behind-the-scenes elements that keep everything running smoothly.
So you're not just managing tasks, you're managing people. And that's a valuable skill set no matter where you go in life, really. All right, we've climbed a couple of rungs on this career ladder. Where do we go from here?
Well, the next step up brings us to assistant station manager. Now you're working directly alongside the station manager, getting a real sense of the big picture.
It's like you're the station manager's right-hand person, learning the ropes and preparing for that top spot.
Exactly. You're gaining invaluable experience, showing you can handle the pressure that comes with leading a team and managing a complex operation.
Speaking of the top spot, let's talk about the big leagues, becoming the railway station manager. What does it take to reach that level?
This is it, the culmination of all your hard work and dedication. You've climbed the ranks, proven your abilities, and now you're the captain of the ship.
I bet that feeling of accomplishment is pretty incredible, knowing you've worked your way up and earned that top spot.
Absolutely. But don't let the title fool you. You're not just managing a building at this point. You're managing this complex ecosystem of people, processes, and resources.
It's a huge responsibility. So what does a day in the life of a railway station manager actually look like? What kind of hat are you wearing on a daily basis?
Well, let's see. You're a strategist, you're a budget master, you're the chief problem solver, sometimes all at once.
Sounds like you're wearing a lot of hats.
You definitely are. You're overseeing everything from, like we said, staff management, those safety protocols, all the way to those budgets, making sure everything's running smoothly. But it's not just about today. It's about looking ahead, planning for the future, making sure the station's ready for whatever's next.
So you're conducting a symphony, but the music is always changing.
That's a great way to put it. And that's what makes it really exciting right now, because the whole industry's transforming and station managers are right there on the front lines of that change.
It's true. We hear a lot about sustainability these days, new technology. It feels like the whole railway industry is getting a serious upgrade.
It absolutely is. Sustainability is huge. You've got electrification, making things more energy efficient, even the materials they use in the station itself. It's all about being greener.
So it's not just about managing people and trains. It's about managing a whole ecosystem, really.
Exactly. And for anyone thinking about this career path, it means the future is looking pretty bright, but you've got to be ready to adapt. Because all those tech advancements we're talking about, they're not just changing how the trains run, they're changing how stations are managed.
So that image of the station master with the dusty old timetable, that's a thing of the past.
Pretty much. Think digital displays with real-time information, those smart ticketing systems everyone's using. You've even got predictive maintenance, using AI to figure out when something's going to break before it actually happens.
Wow, so you've got to be tech savvy on top of everything else.
Yeah.
It's not just about making sure the trains run on time anymore. It's about making sure they run smartly.
Exactly. And sustainably, of course. But it's not all about the tech either, those soft skills we were talking about, communication, being able to solve problems on the fly, staying calm under pressure, those are always going to be essential.
It's almost like a whole new type of railway professional is emerging, someone who gets the traditional stuff, but is also comfortable with all these new technologies and ways of thinking.
Exactly. And that's where RoleCatcher really shines, because they're not just trying to find you any job, they're trying to help you succeed in the job you want, especially as those jobs change.
You mentioned their AI-powered tools earlier. Can you tell us a little more about those? Like, how does that work, especially for someone who's interested in becoming a station manager?
Sure. Imagine you've got your own personal career coach right there in your pocket. That's kind of what it's like.
Okay, that sounds amazing, but how does it actually work? Like, take their CV building tool.
Yeah.
How can AI help you write a better CV? It seems almost too good to be true.
I know, right? But it really works. It basically looks at tons of job descriptions, figures out exactly what employers are looking for, and then it compares that to your CV. It highlights your strengths, shows you where you could improve, even suggests skills you might have forgotten about.
So it's like having a secret weapon to make your application stand out.
Exactly. And it can help you rephrase things, make your accomplishments sound even more impressive. It's all about presenting yourself in the best possible light.
That's incredible. And I heard they even have AI-powered interview prep. Is that true?
Yeah. They've got this video practice tool where you can record yourself answering common interview questions. Then the AI analyzes everything, your body language, your tone of voice, even what you're actually saying.
Wait, so it's like having a virtual interview coach giving you feedback in real time?
Basically, it helps you get rid of any nervous habits, refine your delivery, project more confidence.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. But let's be real. Do you have to spend a fortune to get access to all these fancy AI features?
That's the best part. RoleCatcher has a free basic membership. You get access to their career guides, the interview question database, even their job board, all for free.
So you can basically test drive the AI tools without spending a dime.
Exactly. And if you like it, they've got this premium subscription called RoleCatcher Copilot that unlocks even more advanced AI features and gives you personalized support.
It's like leveling up your job search.
Mm.
I love that they have options for everyone, no matter where you're at in your career.
Absolutely. It's all about empowering job seekers, giving them the tools and knowledge they need to succeed.
You know, this is making me think about those challenging interview questions we were talking about earlier. I bet RoleCatcher's AI could really help someone prepare for those.
Oh, definitely. Being able to practice with the AI and get that feedback, it's invaluable. But even with the AI's help, it's still so important to really understand what those questions are getting at.
Right, it's not enough to just have a canned response memorized. You've got
Yeah.
to show them you can think on your feet.
Exactly. Like that question about handling difficult customers, it's not about whether you know the textbook answer. It's about showing empathy, staying calm under pressure, and finding a solution that works for everyone.
It's about showing them you can handle the human side of the job, those unexpected moments that always seem to pop up.
Exactly. And then there's that question about implementing a new process or procedure. They want to see if you're a proactive person, someone who takes initiative. Exactly. They want to know, are you just going to accept things the way they are? Or are you going to look for ways to make things better, be more efficient, more customer friendly?
It's about taking initiative,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Not just waiting for someone to tell you what to do.
Exactly. It shows them you're a leader, someone who can think critically and come up with solutions. And that's what makes this career path so interesting right now, especially with all these changes happening in the industry. It's a really exciting time to be a part of it.
You know, we've talked a lot about the technology and everything, but I bet some people listening are wondering, with all this automation and AI, are there even going to be railway station managers in the future?
It's a fair question. A lot of people are worried about technology replacing jobs, but I actually think in this case, technology is going to change the job, not eliminate it.
So it's not about humans versus machines. It's about humans and machines working together.
Exactly. Think about it. As stations become more high-tech, you need someone who understands how it all works, someone who can bridge that gap between the technology and the people using it. And that's where the human element becomes even more important.
Because at the end of the day, it's all about people, right? Getting them where they need to go safely and efficiently.
Exactly. You can have the most advanced technology in the world, but you'll always need someone who can make judgment calls, handle those unexpected situations, those moments where the computer just doesn't have the answer.
That human touch, that adaptability, that's always going to be valuable.
I couldn't agree more.
Wow, this has been such a fascinating conversation. We've covered so much ground, from the day-to-day tasks of a station assistant all the way up to the big picture vision of a railway station manager. It's really given me a whole new perspective on the whole industry.
It's definitely more than meets the eye.
And for anyone listening who might be feeling that little spark of interest, what advice would you give them? What's the first step they should take?
I'd say don't ignore that spark. Dive in, do your research, and see what's out there. RoleCatcher is a great place to start. They've got so much information, and it's all free.
It's like they've opened up this whole world of possibility.
That's what it's all about. And who knows, maybe one of our listeners will be the next great railway station manager shaping the future of transportation.
I love that. And on that inspiring note, we've reached the end of the line for today's deep dive. A huge thank you to our expert for joining us and sharing all these incredible insights. And to our listeners, thank you for hopping on board for another journey of discovery. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and we'll see you at the next stop.